Okay. This is a pedestrian door into the living space. And it does have a self-closer on it. That's a good thing. These are the alarm sensors. And because this swings inside, 32 inches is not required. 36 inches is not required out here. But we've got a good landing, regardless. These controls for the door openers, they're not supposed to be that close. They're not supposed to be that close to the walkway, to the garage floor, to the doorstep, to the landing. And they're supposed to be 5 feet up at least. Keep little hands from coming up here and operating them for you. Alright, metal overhead doors. This receptacle outlet is inoperable. Now I'm assuming that it's GFCI protected. And if it is, it's the only one in here. And I can't reset anything to make it GFCI protected. This one over here is not GFCI protected. This one over here is not GFCI protected. And you do not have an electric receptacle outlet around the kitchen sink, around the garage sink area. So you don't have a receptacle over here. I don't see one. I'll look. Okay, so the courtesy lights are operable. Pull handles are present. Optic sensors are 6 inches from the floor, which is acceptable. The electric control wires, however, do not have insulated staples. We do not have a warning notice posted over those low switches. We should have spring tension notices on each bottom corner. It also is a warning notice, so those serve double duty. We do have handles inside of the doors. The doors are not GFCI protected, so basically, oh, this one's so, okay, but on the smaller, the south door, the manual door lock has not been decommissioned. So you could lock it and then open it and cause damage to the door. This one, you don't have one, so this one's fine. So we're coming along here. No GFCI here on this. This is the east wall. Now something's going on. I mean, if there is a GFCI outlet behind here, I can't get to it. I can't get behind those shelves. Another thing I can't see behind these shelves is that the wall's been removed. I guess so that they would fit flush up to the wall, but they went kind of high. I'm not sure what that's about. They went kind of high. Over here, at one time, it looks like at one time there was a whole house vacuum system. It's beyond the scope of this inspection, but it's been decommissioned as well. Let me come along here. There's some kind of wood damage up in there. I kept trying to make it termites. I mean, just to see. I mean, I wasn't trying to make it. But I can't make that determination. We do have some wood damage over here by the sink. And that, you know, that's water damage for sure. I can't tell if that was termite damage. Let me pry on it a little bit. I'm not do destructive testing. I don't. That very well looks like it could be termite damage. Very well. Right here by the sink. It doesn't surprise us. Okay, speaking of the sink, there's the stopper, strainer. It's just a garage sink. Something's been going on down here. Yeah, that looks like previous termite damage right up there in that corner underneath the sink. And then this floor has been replaced. Someone's come in here and replaced the floor. We've got a little bit of floor damage underneath here. Previous termite damage behind there. Oh yeah, it goes up. Can you see that? It's been painted over, I can't tell, but I know. We know that was subterranean termite damage right up there. It's on the south interior wall, by the sink and the garage. I can say that. I have that license. Some home inspectors can't say that. They find a more creative way to express the problem. Doesn't mean they didn't see it. Doesn't mean they didn't recognize it. But I have both licenses. I'm free to communicate. All the window screens have been missing. Now, this window right here, right, you see the wood in between it, in between the double panes. See that water stain? That seal's compromised. If water can get in there, air got in there, and that's what it's all about. That seal's been compromised. In fact, water's gotten in this one too. The age of the house, this is not surprising. This window is kind of difficult to get to. Coming over here, all this damage in here, damage over there. It's all termite damage. Subterranean termites. You can see that. Electric service panels are in the corner. Your lawn sprinkler systems, they're not labeled. I mean, 1 through 16. They're not labeled. The instruction manual's not present. They're not easy to figure out if you're used to the conventional ones. Once you get used to them, they're pretty easy, I gotta say. I think I've got a link that explains how to operate these. But the instructions aren't here. The stations, the individual stations aren't labeled. You don't know what station goes where to what, in what order. And a care and use manual, and a weather sensor. I cannot find a weather sensor. These electric service panels, apparently and this is not, I've already pointed that out, that's not GFCI protected. Then the cover plate's missing, back up in there. These electric service panels are recent installations. There's another video about them coming up, where we talk about the bundling, we talk about the protective boots missing on these. These are two 200 amp panels. We talk about the labeling, could be a lot more specific. We talk about the screws holding them in. We talk about some of these white wires going to connections. We talk about the double lugging on the neutrals in this panel. And that's another video, you know, so I'm not gonna bore you more than I have. Coming along, this is one of the attics. One of the attics in the garage. It's a 3-car garage. They're coming up. Oh boy. See that silver paint? You're going to get some benefit from that. I'm going to say that you're not. Same benefit as if you would have painted it white house paint. But that's sold is a radiant barrier space age paint with incredible crystals embedded in it. You're missing a screw right here. Not screw, excuse me, you're wrong. You're missing a nail. These nails haven't been driven home. With incredible crystals. Gypsies sell that, okay? You're not going to, like I said, you're going to get some benefit, like as if you would have painted it with a white house paint. So I'm not going to say that it's not a good thing for the new buyer, but it's just a shame because somebody paid a lot of money for that useless stuff. Not useless, but it wasn't worth what they paid for it. Let me put it that way. It's a scam. Most companies get run out of business, sued out of business every few years. They open back up under a different name. It's a con artist thing. But it is. So we got plywood overlap. One time this was a wood shingle roof. Okay. And then we got open cell foam. This is good. This application, this is actually pretty awesome. Open cell foam. It's not very thick. Well, I guess it is. These were some extra boards or whatever. It's compromised in that hole. That should be sealed. Open cell phone. About 6 inches. That's the kitchen vent fan. I cannot find any fault with that. Framing all looks pretty decent. We got some exhaust vents. There's some screens. I don't know if you got enough. I don't know what shape they're in. I don't know if they fit. There's some screens because I'm not finding any on the windows.